Hi guys. Hello. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Oluwatomisin and this is TM Space. On this channel we talk about Bible gist, lifestyle, travels, and little things here and there. This is another episode of Bible gist. The last episode was about how to stay happy. I couldn't elaborate on that episode, but I would like to do more of that in this episode. If I talk about the topic, what prompted this episode, why I felt like I should talk more about the last episode, was a question that was asked in church about depression. Somebody was trying to ask, how do they know if they are depressed? Depression is very deep. It is one thing that leads to the other, that leads to the other, that leads to depression. In my point of view, I answered in this way, and I feel like if you want to know, for you to know you are depressed, there are certain things you notice. For me, I won't say I have not been depressed, but I have been at the verge of depression. And I feel like everyone at a point in time in life has gotten to that point where you know in yourself that something is going off, you are going to that verge, you are crossing that line into depression. Number one thing I noticed is you don't want to get out of bed. You always want to be alone. You want to be on your own. You don't see associating with people as it doesn't bring you any joy. You just want to be left alone. Sometimes you don't even get up to brush your teeth. You don't even bathe. For you, there are sometimes I used to be like, for you to get up and actually struggle to bathe. The day is already almost over. You haven't taken your bath. You don't even have the motivation to dress up, look good. You don't make your hair. I know somebody is going to understand what I mean. You don't even put effort into any of these things. I feel like this is where it starts from. We might not call it depression, but in a way, we are in that line. But it's just that there are different levels to it. If you see yourself doing these things often, you see these signs. You need to caution yourself. You need to bring yourself back. In one of my episodes, I spoke about, although I don't like coming out completely about my personal issues, but there are some things I have gone through. There are some loss that if you are not strong enough, you are going to get into that space. You just have to caution yourself, speak to yourself, find a word in the Bible that will bring you peace, that will bring you, will I say motivation, that will remind you of your place. So if you see these signs, these are the first signs of depression. This brings me to the main point that leads to the last episode: how to stay happy. How do you get yourself out of that place, that dark room, how do you bring yourself out? Number one thing I do when I'm down and I feel like all is lost, I feel abandoned, I feel lonely, I feel like I'm not doing enough, I'm not getting enough results from my struggles, from my work. One thing I do is try to think right. Number one thing is you cannot keep dwelling on your problem and expect to be in a good mood. You cannot keep thinking of, why is this happening to me? Why am I in this situation? Why is this person doing better than me? Why am I not seeing results? Why this, why that? You cannot keep thinking about the problem and you expect yourself to be happy. No, it doesn't work that way. Number one thing I do is focus on what makes me happy. If I don't know, I am not the type of person that spend without proper how do I put it now? I don't spend without proper what's this English? Oh my god. But what I was trying to say is I don't spend without proper planning. I plan ahead, but at a particular point when I'm down, if I have money for something, in quotes, something I don't need. There's difference between need and want. Something I want, but I don't actually need at that moment. If it is what will bring peace and temporarily just make me feel good about myself, and I'm going to do it. If it's somewhere I need to go, if it's some food I need to try out, if it's some clothes I need to buy, if it's a particular hair I need to buy, anything that brings me happiness at that moment, I'm going to do it. Do you get? And I feel like another thing is staying alone staying alone or staying all by yourself can now also contribute to going deeper and deeper and making the room darker. If you are always alone, find people that inspire you, people that makes you feel better about yourself. Find time and spend time with them. My mom stays 2 opposite sides of Lagos. She's 12 hours away from me, but anytime I feel like I'm not just feeling myself, I know whenever I'm around her, I forget about my problems. Do you get? I go there. I don't care. I don't care about the distance. I don't care about the transport fare. I don't care about any of that. I just want to be there because I know when I'm there, I have peace. I feel like I have left my problem behind me. Whatever it is that brings you happiness at that moment in time, people that brings you inspiration, people that shows you, or people you feel like they love you genuinely, or you feel comfortable around, find more time, spend those time with them. Make your happiness a priority, because it is just a tiny line between that sadness you feel like it's sadness. There's just a tiny line between it and crossing to the other side of depression. Staying happy is not a day job. I feel like that question, everybody said this, said that, and in my mind, this thing is still not going to help this person until the person decides on he or herself that I want to be happy, and nothing is going to stand on my way of being happy. If you don't make this decision, there's no way you can just feel like every morning I'm going to listen to a motivational speaker, I'm going to read books. It won't help until you decide on your own that you want to stay happy. And in the last episode, I think I mentioned the Word of God. Study the Word of God day and night. Like what somebody said, there's no way you will study the Word of God and you'll be depressed. It's the truth, because now I understand better. There was a time to even carry the Bible and read, to pray would be difficult. This is the work of the devil. Somebody said depression is spiritual. Yes, it is. The devil will keep making you sink and sink in that sadness. It will not make you want to do the things that will actually bring you out of that darkness. There's no way you study the word, and I'm serious, you will not see something that will lighten you up, something that will give you hope, something that will make you feel like, even if nobody in this world loves me, I have a God that cares so much about me. And I also mentioned about praises. We cannot put that aside. Good music, it works a lot. Staying in the gathering of God's children, like going to church, attending services, praise, concerts, all those things. By the time you are in the midst of people, the joy will come, and the devil will always find a way not to make you do these things, because he knows once you are out of it, you are out of it. But you owe it to yourself to determine to this is my happiness. Nothing in this world is worth my happiness. How much is this money that I lost that wanted to bring me into a space I don't even understand? Money will always come and go. Once we believe this, or we just believe that nothing is worth your happiness, nobody is worth your happiness. Yes, I know you love that person, they left you, or you lost money, you lost a business deal, you borrowed money to go into a particular business and it's failed. Nothing is still worth your happiness. You lost a loved one, it is still not worth your happiness, because at the end of the day, worrying will not change any of these things. And one thing I noticed is, once you port out of that zone, you leave your worries behind you, things start to you feel like you're in a new world. Things start to form on its own without effort. Things start to coming back together, and you feel like things are just changing for the better for you. But the only struggle for people is how to leave that worry behind. We can only pray, we can only hope for people that are in depression that God will help them, because it is not easy. We can say a lot of things, we can advise, we can motivate them, but it will still not change anything if they don't decide to leave this situation. Make that decision today, and I pray that God will help you to make the decision. this is the end of our Bible gist for this week. I hope you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please press the subscribe button, comment and share this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.